Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding that everything you've ever wished for, peace, prosperity, love, and opportunity, has already started flowing into your life. No struggle, no waiting, no doubt, just instant abundance. What if I told you that this isn't just a dream, but a reality you can step into today? The path to instant abundance is not outside of you, it is within you. And once you align with it, miracles unfold effortlessly. Every word you speak carries an energy that shapes your reality in ways most people fail to recognize. From the moment you awaken in the morning, the sentences you form, whether spoken aloud or quietly in your mind, set a tone that resonates throughout your day. Words are not mere labels we assign to things. They are powerful instruments that can build or dismantle the world around you. When you consistently speak words of faith, gratitude, hope, and abundance, you are essentially programming your subconscious mind to recognize opportunities, notice possibilities, and align with the natural flow of prosperity. Conversely, negative words, complaints, and expressions of lack generate resistance, keeping abundance at bay. Consider for a moment how often you casually say phrases such as "I cannot," "I do not have," or "this is impossible." Each of these statements is a declaration of limitation that informs your mind that scarcity is the reality you should expect. Even when unspoken, the thoughts behind these words ripple into your actions, decisions, and interactions, subtly steering you away from opportunity. On the other hand, speaking affirmations of possibility, confidence, and gratitude transforms your consciousness into a fertile ground for abundance. Simple statements like "I am open to receive," "I am worthy of prosperity," and "good flows to me effortlessly" are not empty cliches but signals to your subconscious mind and the universe that you are prepared to welcome blessings. When you make it a habit to express positive, empowering words, you develop a mindset that sees solutions instead of problems, opportunity instead of obstacles, and abundance instead of limitation. The transformative power of words goes beyond personal affirmation. It impacts the energy you send to others and the world around you. Every interaction, conversation, and even casual remark contribute to a larger web of influence that affects how life responds to you. Speaking words of encouragement, appreciation, and kindness not only lifts the spirits of those around you but reinforces in your own mind the vibrational frequency of prosperity. In contrast, words of criticism, doubt, and negativity create a resonance that draws more of the same, trapping you in cycles of limitation. Language is more than a tool of communication. It is the very mechanism through which you shape reality. Every sentence you utter carries intention, whether conscious or unconscious. By becoming aware of this fact, you gain the ability to consciously select words that serve your highest good and the manifestation of your desires. This practice requires vigilance, mindfulness, and repetition, but the results are transformative. Over time, as the words you speak and think consistently affirm abundance, you will notice shifts in circumstances, relationships, and opportunities that previously seemed elusive. The universe responds not to casual wishes or idle thoughts, but to deliberate declarations imbued with conviction. Words aligned with faith and positivity act like magnets, drawing to you situations, people, and resources that match the frequency of your speech. Coupled with the power of spoken words is the necessity of aligning your thoughts with prosperity. Thoughts are the invisible blueprint of reality. What you dwell on mentally eventually manifests outwardly in your life. Every thought carries a vibrational signature, and the law of attraction ensures that your experiences reflect the dominant vibrations you emit. When your mind is occupied with fear, limitation, or lack, you create a mental environment in which scarcity thrives. In such a state, opportunities go unnoticed, potential remains untapped, and progress feels slow or impossible. Aligning your thoughts with prosperity requires deliberate focus, self-awareness, and consistent practice. It begins with recognizing that every moment of mental activity is a choice. You may not always control external circumstances, but you can control your response and the direction of your attention. By intentionally directing your thoughts toward abundance, gratitude, and opportunity, you condition your mind to expect, recognize, and act upon favorable circumstances. Thoughts are seeds planted in the fertile soil of consciousness. Positive, constructive, and visionary thinking nurtures seeds that grow into tangible abundance, while repetitive negative thinking produces weeds that choke potential growth. The process of thought alignment is continuous and dynamic. It requires the constant observation of your mental landscape and the conscious replacement of limiting patterns with empowering beliefs. Visualization, affirmation, and mental rehearsal are practical tools to help maintain this alignment. By imagining yourself already living in a state of abundance, you create a strong mental impression that acts as a template for reality. Feeling the emotions associated with that desired state, joy, gratitude, confidence, amplifies the signal, sending clear instructions to your subconscious mind and the universal intelligence that governs manifestation. The more vivid and consistent your thoughts of prosperity, the faster they move from imagination into reality. The mind cannot serve two masters at once. When thoughts of lack and limitation compete with thoughts of abundance, the energy becomes diluted and the manifestation of prosperity slows. Clarity, consistency, and focus are crucial. Prosperous thinking is not simply wishful imagination. It is the disciplined practice of cultivating a mindset that anticipates, expects, and acts in harmony with the flow of abundance. It involves replacing habitual patterns of doubt, fear, and scarcity with affirmations, visualization, and inspired reflections that reinforce your worthiness and readiness to receive. Aligning your thoughts with prosperity is also about awareness of subtle mental habits. How often do you catch yourself worrying about bills, doubting your abilities, or fearing failure? Each of these moments, while seemingly minor, reinforces scarcity in your experience. By consciously intercepting such thoughts and replacing them with empowering alternatives, you gradually reshape your mental environment, creating fertile ground for abundance to take root. Thought alignment also extends to the recognition and reinterpretation of circumstances. Even when faced with challenges, seeing opportunities for learning, growth, and redirection keeps your mental vibration attuned to prosperity. Every situation, no matter how difficult it appears, carries within it the potential for positive outcomes. By cultivating a mental lens focused on solutions, possibilities, and growth, you ensure that your energy remains constructive and aligned with abundance. Prosperity is not merely an external accumulation of resources. It is the harmonious manifestation of thought, intention, and action. Aligning your thoughts with abundance transforms not only the material condition of your life but also your internal experience of fulfillment, peace, and joy. As you practice the conscious use of words and the alignment of your thoughts, you begin to notice subtle shifts in circumstances, serendipitous opportunities, and an increasing sense of ease in achieving your desires. This is the natural outcome of energy flowing in harmony with your intentions. The interconnection between words and thoughts is vital. Words are the expression of thought. When your thoughts are aligned with prosperity, your words naturally reflect that alignment, reinforcing your mental and emotional state. The repetition of empowering words strengthens the neural pathways in the brain, making positive thinking more automatic and ingrained. Likewise, words spoken consistently with conviction influence the thoughts that follow. This feedback loop between thought and speech accelerates the manifestation of abundance, creating a self-reinforcing cycle where your inner world and outer experiences harmonize. The key is conscious, deliberate practice. Observe your thoughts throughout the day and notice the words that emerge. Are they constructive or limiting? Are they aligned with the reality you wish to create? Then, intentionally choose words that reflect and reinforce the prosperity you seek. This is not a temporary exercise but a lifestyle of mindfulness, awareness, and intentional expression. Over time, the habitual use of words that affirm abundance and the consistent alignment of thoughts with prosperity create a powerful magnetic field, attracting resources, opportunities, and experiences that match your energy. The more refined and focused your thought and speech patterns, the more rapidly and effortlessly abundance appears in your life. This is not magic. It is the natural law of cause and effect, of energy and vibration, of focus and manifestation. Each word, each thought, each intention is a building block in the structure of your reality. By mastering the deliberate use of words and the conscious cultivation of prosperous thoughts, you are effectively stepping onto a path where abundance is immediate, continuous, and inevitable. Faith is the invisible force that opens the doors of possibility and dissolves the obstacles that stand between you and the life you desire. It is not a passive wish or idle hope. It is an active, dynamic energy that transforms your inner world and ripples outward to shape your external reality. Resistance, doubt, fear, and worry are like barriers that block the natural flow of abundance. They act as heavy weights that anchor potential opportunities out of reach. When you cultivate unwavering faith, you are essentially lifting those weights, clearing the path for prosperity, and creating a space where miracles can occur. Faith begins as a quiet conviction, a steady inner knowing that the universe is aligned with your highest good. It grows as you repeatedly choose trust over fear, belief over skepticism, and expectation over hesitation. When you encounter challenges, the mind often reacts with hesitation, judgment, or analysis, attempting to measure the feasibility of your desires against the limits of what seems possible. Faith, however, bypasses these limitations. It does not question timing, circumstance, or ability. It simply affirms that what you seek is already yours, that the unfolding of your life is guided by a benevolent intelligence, and that your efforts, thoughts, and intentions are harmonized with the natural law of abundance. By consistently practicing this mindset, you begin to notice subtle shifts in your environment. Opportunities that once seemed hidden appear effortlessly. Solutions to problems arise in unexpected ways. People, resources, and events that align with your intentions begin to flow naturally toward you. This is the effect of faith acting as a bridge between thought and manifestation. Faith transforms resistance into receptivity. When fear and doubt are present, they create a blockage that slows or halts the flow of prosperity. Each time you choose faith, you weaken the power of these blockages. You begin to see that setbacks are temporary, obstacles are lessons, and challenges are stepping stones that refine your clarity and focus. Faith does not remove challenges. It changes your relationship with them, allowing you to navigate circumstances with confidence, patience, and creative insight. The practical application of faith involves consistent inner alignment. Daily reflection, meditation, and affirmation strengthen your trust in the process of life. Visualizing positive outcomes and feeling the emotions associated with them reinforces belief. When faith is practiced in a disciplined, conscious manner, it creates a fertile ground for abundance, allowing your intentions to move swiftly from thought to reality. The absence of faith is the root of delay and frustration, while its presence accelerates the arrival of blessings, often in ways that surpass your imagination. Faith is the magnetic force that draws your desires into reality, the engine that powers manifestation, and the key that unlocks the natural flow of abundance in your life. It is a state of consciousness that dissolves resistance, aligns your energy with opportunity, and transforms waiting into receiving. The principle of giving and receiving is one of the most profound laws governing abundance. Prosperity is not a static possession. It is a continuous flow, and the more you engage with this flow, the more it returns to you in multiplied forms. Giving is not limited to material wealth. It encompasses time, attention, kindness, service, creativity, and knowledge. Each act of generosity, no matter how small, signals to the universe that you are open to circulation rather than stagnation. The act of giving creates a space within your life where receiving becomes natural. When you hold tightly to resources or cling to fear of loss, you interrupt the flow of abundance. True prosperity is experienced when giving and receiving are in harmony. By cultivating a spirit of generosity, you align yourself with the universal law that governs the circulation of energy and resources. Giving without expectation produces a resonance that attracts even greater blessings. It is not the quantity of what is given but the intention behind it that matters. Acts of genuine generosity, performed with a heart free from attachment or obligation, create a vibration that draws opportunities, wealth, and fulfillment to you. Receiving is equally important. Abundance cannot manifest if you are unwilling to accept it. Gratitude, humility, and openness are necessary attitudes for receiving the flow of prosperity. When you allow yourself to receive fully, you honor the natural balance of giving and receiving, reinforcing the movement of energy that sustains life and opportunity. In practical terms, engaging with this law requires awareness and conscious participation. Offer help, support, or value to others in ways that resonate with your strengths and resources. Celebrate the gifts you receive, both material and intangible, with gratitude. Recognize that every exchange is part of a larger energetic system, and by participating in this flow consciously, you amplify the abundance available to you. The law of giving and receiving also extends beyond individual transactions into the cultivation of a generous mindset. Prosperity is not merely a function of accumulation. It is a reflection of openness and receptivity. When you approach life with a willingness to contribute and share, you automatically create conditions for more to enter. Conversely, scarcity thinking, possessiveness, or hesitation to give produce resistance, limiting the circulation of wealth and opportunities. Abundance is a reflection of internal alignment with the principles of generosity, trust, and openness. It is a cycle where energy moves freely, resources multiply, and life responds to the vibrational quality of your engagement. This principle can be observed in countless areas of life. Relationships flourish when mutual support and giving are present. Career and business opportunities expand when collaboration and sharing of knowledge are prioritized. Personal fulfillment grows when acts of kindness and contribution are part of everyday life. The more consistently you participate in this cycle, the more pronounced the manifestations of prosperity become. The integration of faith and the law of giving and receiving forms a synergistic dynamic. Faith establishes the inner certainty that abundance is inevitable, removing doubt and resistance. Giving and receiving engage the external flow of energy, allowing that abundance to circulate and expand. Together, they create an environment in which prosperity is not delayed, limited, or conditional. Every act of faith strengthens your alignment with abundance, while every act of conscious giving opens channels for receiving. This combination transforms life from a struggle against scarcity into a harmonious dance with opportunity and prosperity. It allows you to move through life with confidence, clarity, and joy, knowing that the natural laws of the universe are supporting you. Living in alignment with these principles requires intentionality and mindfulness. It is a practice, not a one-time decision. Daily reflection on your beliefs, thoughts, and actions helps ensure that faith is consistently strengthened and that giving is genuine and balanced. Over time, the habitual integration of these practices reshapes not only external circumstances but internal experience. You cultivate a mindset of ease, trust, and abundance that attracts circumstances in perfect harmony with your intentions. The process is gradual but powerful. As you continue to release resistance through faith and engage fully in the cycle of giving and receiving, you will notice an increasing flow of resources, opportunities, and relationships that support your growth and prosperity. This is the path to abundance that is immediate and ever-expanding, demonstrating that when the mind, heart, and action are aligned with universal principles, life itself responds with generosity, synchronicity, and fulfillment. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools for manifesting abundance, yet it is often misunderstood as mere daydreaming. True visualization is an active, deliberate process in which the mind rehearses a reality that aligns with your highest desires. It is the art of mentally experiencing your goals and dreams as if they have already been achieved. When you visualize with clarity, emotion, and intention, you are creating a blueprint for your subconscious mind and the universe to follow. The mind does not distinguish between what is imagined vividly and what is physically real. Therefore, when you see yourself living in abundance, feeling the joy, freedom, and satisfaction of your desires fulfilled, your brain, your emotions, and your energy align with that reality. This alignment sends a powerful message that you are ready to receive. To visualize effectively, it is essential to engage not only the mind but also the emotions. Feelings of gratitude, excitement, confidence, and love amplify the vibrational energy of your visualization. When you picture a financial goal, a harmonious relationship, or vibrant health, allow yourself to experience the sensations associated with those achievements. Imagine the relief of financial security, the warmth of connection and understanding, and the vitality of perfect health. The emotional immersion transforms abstract thoughts into living experiences within your consciousness, making them more tangible and magnetically attractive to reality. Consistency in visualization is equally crucial. A single moment of imagining your desires is not enough to produce lasting results. Daily practice creates repetition, which reinforces the neural pathways in your brain and solidifies the emotional patterns that attract abundance. You can incorporate visualization into morning routines, meditation, journaling, or quiet moments throughout the day. Each session deepens your connection to the reality you are creating and strengthens your subconscious conviction that abundance is already present. Visualization is also enhanced when paired with affirmations and mental statements that confirm the reality of your desires. When you say, "I am already living in prosperity," or "I am fully aligned with the flow of abundance," these statements reinforce the mental images and emotional experiences you are cultivating. Over time, The consistent combination of visualization, emotional immersion, and affirmative thought trains your mind and body to expect, recognize, and act upon opportunities that match the reality you are rehearsing internally. Visualization is not a passive escape from life, but a catalyst for inspired action. By clearly seeing your desired outcomes, you increase your awareness of possibilities and solutions that might otherwise go unnoticed. Your mind becomes a magnet for resources, people, and circumstances that support your intention. The clarity produced by visualization also builds confidence and removes hesitation. As you begin to trust that the desired reality is already forming around you, it trains the mind to focus on solutions rather than obstacles, to notice opportunities rather than distractions, and to maintain a steady belief in the manifestation of your goals. This preparation through visualization is the foundation for the next step in creating abundance, which is taking inspired action. Action is the bridge between imagination and reality. While visualization and feeling your desired state are critical, they are not substitutes for practical, deliberate steps toward your goals. Inspired action arises from clarity, intuition, and alignment, not from force, anxiety, or desperation. It is action that feels right, natural, and energizing. When you act in alignment with your intentions, doors open, opportunities appear, and momentum builds effortlessly. Unlike ordinary action, which can be sporadic, reactive, or rooted in obligation, inspired action is deliberate and attuned to the energy of abundance. It flows from a deep sense of purpose, awareness, and trust in the unfolding of life. This type of action is not rushed or forced, but moves in harmony with circumstances, insight, and timing. Every step taken from this place of clarity and alignment amplifies the manifestation of your desires and strengthens your connection to the flow of prosperity. Taking inspired action also requires attentiveness to intuition. The inner guidance you receive through gut feelings, sudden insights, or subtle signs often points to the next right step in your journey. Acting on these impulses, even when they challenge conventional logic, allows the universe to co-create with you. Many people miss opportunities because they wait for perfect conditions or overanalyze possibilities. Inspired action bypasses doubt by trusting in the process and follow intuitive nudges that align with your visualization and emotional state. Each decision made with awareness and confidence builds momentum, reinforcing your belief in your ability to manifest abundance and creating a tangible path from imagination to reality. Inspired action also involves persistence and adaptability. Life may present obstacles, delays, or unexpected turns, but maintaining faith and flexibility allows you to continue moving forward without losing momentum. When you combine consistent visualization, emotional alignment, and inspired action, challenges transform into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and delays into redirection toward even better outcomes. This approach ensures that you remain in the energetic state of receiving, while also actively participating in the manifestation of your desires. Action is not simply effort. It is the expression of your alignment with abundance. Each step, each choice, and each initiative taken with intention and clarity expands the flow of prosperity into your life. The integration of visualization, feeling already blessed, and inspired action creates a powerful feedback loop. Visualization prepares the mind, emotions, and energy for abundance. Feeling already blessed amplifies the vibrational frequency of readiness and gratitude, signaling to the universe that you are in harmony with your desires. Inspired action translates this internal alignment into tangible results, bringing the imagined reality into the physical world. Together, these practices cultivate an environment in which abundance is immediate, continuous, and effortless. By consistently engaging in this cycle, you strengthen your ability to receive, attract, and manifest opportunities, resources, and experiences that reflect your highest intention. Life responds to clarity, intention, and energetic alignment. When you see yourself already living in abundance, feel the emotions of fulfillment, and take deliberate steps guided by intuition and purpose, you enter a state where prosperity is inevitable. The mind becomes attuned to opportunities, the heart remains open to receiving, and the body moves with confidence toward meaningful action. In this state, abundance is not a distant goal or a future promise, but a living, dynamic reality that unfolds in the present moment. Each visualization, each feeling of gratitude, and each inspired action strengthens the connection between your inner world and external circumstances, ensuring that abundance flows naturally, effortlessly, and in perfect alignment with your desires.